Hello everyone. This is Dr. Mamta Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Kishanlal Public College, Rewari. This is my fifth lecture on issue of shares. As in our previous lecture, we were discussing on oversubscription. So let us start with the same topic, oversubscription of shares and pro rata allotment. We have discussed oversubscription, the entries in case of refund of application money, adjustment of application money towards allotment, adjustment of application money towards allotment and share all in our previous lecture. This numerical we were discussing. We have discussed the receipt of application in which the excess money was received by the company, as well as in our previous lecture we have also discussed how this share application money will be adjusted. So now start with the remaining journal entries. In our previous lecture, we just have only discussed the accounting treatment of excess application money. Reason being, the focus was only on the concerned two entries. So now I expect that you all have gone through this two entries. So now start with the remaining entries. So after adjusting the share application money, the next entry is for the due of share allotment. We have discussed so many times the due entry for the share allotment. It is as simple: share allotment account debit to share capital account. So now there is a confusion in our mind that how or what amount is to be taken while passing this due entry of share allotment. It's very simple. You just have to keep one point in your mind that how many number of shares the company is going to allot. Clear? In this practical problem, there were two number of shares. One is 30,000, another is 50,000. 30,000 is the issued number of shares. 50,000 is the number of shares for which the applicants have applied. Clear? So as we have already passed the journal entry for the adjustment of this excess application. So now after this adjustment, there is no need to do anything with this 50,000. Clear? It means 50,000 is now not to be taken into accounts. We will just have to take only 30,000 shares. Clear? So for this journal entry, you will check only two things: how many number of shares the company is going to allot and the allotment money per share. Clear? It means what amount you have already adjusted towards allotment is not to be taken into consideration in this entry. Clear? This entry does not include any other additional information. The entry is share allotment account debit to share capital, and you just have to take the number of shares which is being allotted by the company and the allotment money per share. Clear? The allotted number of share is 30,000. As in this question you can see, X Limited issued 30,000 shares. It means the allotted number of share is 30,000. You can also check it with the table: 24,000 full, 18,000, 6,000. It means allotted number of share is 24,000 plus 6,000, 30,000. Clear? Allotment money per share is rupees 2 per share. So it will be 30,000 multiplied by 2, it is 60,000. Clear? So the due amount on allotment is rupees 60,000. Clear? Share allotment account debit to share capital with rupees 60,000. Now we will pass the journal entry for the receipt of allotment money. Clear? So the entry for the receipt of allotment money is bank account debit to share allotment account. Clear? Money which is due was rupees 60,000. Now go for the second entry, in which we have adjusted extra money towards allotment. The money which was adjusted in the second entry was rupees 12,000. It means we have adjusted excess money of rupees 12,000 towards allotment. Now the shareholder will not pay it again. It means we have assumed that this money was due and it was already paid by the shareholder at the time of application money. Clear? So out of 60,000 we will deduct 12,000. Remaining 48,000 is to be paid by the shareholder. Clear? So this receipt of allotment money entry is to be done with an amount of rupees 48,000. Clear? 60,000 is to be paid by the shareholder, but as 12,000 we have assumed or we have already adjusted, so remaining amount is to be shown in this entry. 60,000 minus 12,000, 48,000 is to be recorded. Clear? After then the next entry is to be for the due amount of share first call. Entry is to be share first call account debit to share capital. Now we just have to take the number of allotted shares into accounts. Clear? Number of allotted share is 30,000 and first call money is rupees 2.5. Clear? So 30,000 multiplied by 2.5, it is rupees 75,000. Total money due on first call is rupees 75,000. Clear? Now the entry for the receipt of first call money is to be simply the entry is to be passed bank account debit to share first call account. Yes. But as in this question, in this solution, in this problem, calls in advance is to be taken. Calls in advance for the adjustment of excess application money towards calls. So second entry, in second entry you will find that we have credited calls in advance with an amount of rupees 24,000. Clear? Total excess money in this question was rupees 36,000. Out of 36,000, 12,000 was adjusted towards allotment, which we have already recorded while receiving the allotment money. Clear? But for the calls we have adjusted rupees 24,000, but this 24,000 is for both calls, first call and final call. So for the share first call, how much amount is to be taken, you can check with your problem, numerical problem. Total number of allotted share was 6,000 and first call money was rupees 2.5. So multiply 6,000 to 2.5, it is 15,000. So for first call we can adjust maximum up to rupees 15,000. Clear? So now you can find bank account debit, calls in advance account debit to share first call. Total money due on first call is rupees 75,000. We can adjust up to rupees 15,000. So 75,000 minus 15,000, remaining 60,000 is now to be received by the company. Clear? Clear? 60,000, how we have calculated this 60,000? It is very simple. First, find out that how much amount is due on first call. It is very simple. Total number of allotted share, which is 30,000, multiplied by first call money. It is rupees 75,000. Clear? 30,000 multiplied by 2.5, it is 75,000. So 75,000 rupees is to be paid by the shareholders on first call. But as in our second journal entry we can find that already an amount of rupees 24,000 is being adjusted towards share call, but the amount is not wholly for the first call, it is for the both calls. So how we will bifurcate this amount? It is very simple. Find out the number of allotted shares in the second category. Applied number of share was 18,000, allotted number of share was 6,000. So 6,000 multiplied by 2.5, amount is rupees 15,000. So 15,000 can be maximum adjusted towards the share first call. Clear? So due amount is 75,000. 15,000 we have already received, or we have already adjusted towards first call. So the balance money is to be paid by the shareholder, which is rupees 75,000 minus 15,000 equal to 60,000. So bank account debit with 60,000, calls in advance debit with 15,000 to share first call account with 75,000. Clear? Now go for the final call. Share final call account debit to share capital. Allotted number of share is 30,000. Final call is of rupees 2.5. So same with the second call. Amount due is rupees 75,000. Now in the same way we will receive the final call. Simply it is to be bank account debit to share final call. But as we have already adjusted some money towards final call, so we also have to take into account. This amount is also to be taken into account. Now you can see that in second entry total calls in advance was rupees 24,000. Clear? We have already adjusted 15,000 out of this 24,000 towards first call. So the balance amount is 9,000. 24,000 minus 15,000, balance amount is rupees 9,000. Clear? So in this, at the time of second call, it's very simple that the money adjusted towards final call is rupees 9,000. Clear? So out of 75,000, 9,000 we have already received. So now the shareholder will have to pay the balance money, which is rupees 66,000. Clear? So bank account debit with 66,000, calls in advance debit with rupees 9,000 to share final call account with rupees 75,000. Here one thing you should also know, that how much amount to be adjusted towards final call, maximum how much amount can be adjusted. It is very simple to calculate. In the pro rata allotment, find out the category in which the excess application has received. It was 18,000, 6,000. Clear? So number of allotted share is 6,000. Final call money is rupees 2.5. Multiply this 6,000 with 2.5, amount is rupees 15,000. Clear? So if in any case excess application money is to be adjusted towards final call, it can be adjusted up to rupees 15,000. But as in this problem, remaining balance or the left balance with the excess money is rupees only 9,000. So here 9,000 is already adjusted towards final call. Clear? Now for the next entry, find out the statement. Interest on calls in advance was paid at the rate 12% per annum. Calls in advance. Calls in advance means first you will have to check the date on which you have entered the amount in the account of calls in advance. It was at the time of application money, simply it was on 1st April. Clear? So from April, there are two things to keep in mind, that it is a case of calls in advance. Clear? And calls in advance means when you receive the call money before the due date of the call. Clear? So first call is to be due on 1st September. Final call is to be due on 1st February. It means the shareholder have paid the money before 1st September or 1st February. Clear? Application money was received on 1st April. So first we have passed the journal entry of receiving application money on 1st April. Application money then transferred to share capital and the remaining excess money was adjusted towards allotment and calls, and this excess money adjustment towards call was entered into the account naming calls in advance account. This entry is to be done on allotment money or allotment or at the time of allotment. Clear? Reason being, shares are to be allotted or the application money is to be transferred to share capital only at the time of allotment. Clear? So the entry was to be done, or we have already done this entry on 1st June. So one thing we all must know, that the calls in advance was made on 1st June. Clear? Instead of this, the calls were due on 1st September and 1st February. So interest on calls in advance is to be paid in two lots, for the first call as well as for the final call. For the first call, it is for 3 months. 1st June, like June, July, August. Reason being, the person who have paid the first call money in advance have paid before 3 months of their due date, as they have to pay on 1st September, but they have paid on 1st June. So they will get the interest for these 3 months, June, July, August. Final call is to be paid on 1st February, but they have paid on 1st June. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. It is to be paid for 8 months. Clear? So how interest is to be calculated? You will find calls in advance. It was total 24,000. Clear? Now you will bifurcate this amount for the first call as well as for the final call. For the first call, it was rupees 15,000. For the final call, it was rupees 9,000. Clear? So for the first call, how interest is to be calculated? 15,000 multiplied by rate of interest multiplied by time period. Clear? 15,000 multiplied by 12 by 100 multiplied by 3 by 12. Amount is to be rupees 450. Clear? For the final call, 9,000 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 12 by 100 and multiplied by 8 by 12. Simply, for 15,000, interest is to be paid for 3 months. For 9,000, interest is to be paid for 8 months. On 9,000, interest is rupees 720. Then we will add both interest, 450 plus 720. It will be rupees 1170. For practice, you can calculate this amount on your own part also. So in this slide, I have not shown this interest, as you all will try on your own part. Clear? Do it yourself. Entry we have also shown in this slide. It is interest on calls in advance account debit to bank account. The date on which final call is due, the company will pay interest on the calls in advance. We will pass combined one entry for both the interest. Simply, interest on calls in advance account debit. Reason, it is a nominal account and we say that debit all the expenses. So it is an expense for the company, which we have already discussed in our few earlier lectures. Amount is rupees 1170. Clear? Then the next statement which is given in this question is, on 15th February 2016, the company also allotted 800 shares of rupees 10 each at the rate of 9 per share as sweet equity shares to the employees of the company. Clear? So the entry is to be done on 15th February. The company also allotted 800 shares of rupees 10 each at the rate of 9 per share. It means it is issued less than the face value of the share. So it is the case of issuing the share at discount. Clear? So how the entry is to be written? Bank account debit, share discount account debit to share capital. Clear? Bank account debit, share discount account debit to share capital account. 800 shares the company has issued at rupees 9 per share. So in bank the amount is to be taken at rupees 7200. 800 multiplied by 9. 7200 the company has actually received. 1 rupee discount is being given by the company to its employees. So in share discount it will be rupees 800 multiplied by 1. Clear? Share discount of rupees 1 per share. So 800 multiplied by 1, share discount is of rupees 800. And the total capital contribution or the total capital formation is of 800 multiplied by 10, it is rupees 8000. Clear? Now we will transfer the interest on calls in advance to statement of profit and loss account. Whenever we have to transfer any expense or profit to statement of profit and loss account, we just have to reverse the account. In the previous entry we have debited interest on calls in advance. So now to transfer it to statement of profit and loss account, now we will credit this account. Clear? So statement of profit and loss account debit to interest on calls in advance account. Amount is rupees 1170. Clear? Another topic is also given in this lecture which we can discuss. It is about the joint application and allotment account. Till now we just have discussed application and allotment separately. Here in this topic we will be discussing joint application and allotment account. Sometimes the company opt an option to open a joint account for application and allotment. Reason behind this opening of joint application and allotment account is just to reduce the paperwork, or we can simply say that instead of opening of two different accounts, One is application account, another one is allotment account. The company choose to open a joint application and allotment account. So just to reduce the complexity, like to make the work more simple, the company go for this option. Clear? So students always have a doubt on this joint application and allotment account. That means how they have to pass entries in this account, means how they will record. There is no much more confusion. It's very simple. You just have to add the application money and allotment money. Clear? Means the basis of entries regarding allotment and application is not to be changed. It will remain same. We just have to bring these both accounts together. Clear? How we will bring these accounts together? It's very simple. First go for the first entry. It means other than this topic, in simple sense, what we pass the journal entry for application receipt. It is simple, bank account debit to share application. Now you have to open a joint account. So the entry is to be bank account debit to share application and allotment account. Clear? Bank account debit to share application and allotment account. First entry which is to be done is for the receiving of application money. It is simple, bank account debit to share application and allotment account. Now the confusion is about the amount, that how much amount is to be taken while passing this journal entry. It is very simple. You will just record or take the amount which is actually received by the company at the time of application. Simple. Reason? It is bank account debit to share application and allotment. It means this entry is purely for the receipt of application money. So there is no need to get confused. Clear? Yes, we have opened a joint account. This is application and allotment, but this entry is purely for the receiving of application money. So entry definitely with the joint application and allotment account, but the amount which is to be taken into account is only the amount which is actually received by the company for the application. Clear? Either it is a case of oversubscription or undersubscription or at par, whatever the case may be, you will take the amount which is actually received by the company. Clear? Now the second entry, what we do, it is for transferring the application money to share capital, but here in this entry there is a change. Clear? Now we will pass a combined entry. Combined entry means for transferring the application money to share capital as well as for the allotment due. Clear? For application money transferring, what we pass? We pass the journal entry share application account debit to share capital. Clear? For the allotment money due, what we pass? Share allotment account debit to share capital. Now you have to merge the journal entry, or you have to pass a combined entry. It is share application and allotment account debit to share capital. It means when you combine or when you merge both the entries, then you will also have to merge or total the amount for the application as well as for the allotment. For example, for the application it is 1 lakh. For the allotment it is rupees 70,000. Now the entry, when we pass the journal entry in a joint account, then we will also add up this amount 1 lakh plus 70,000. 1 lakh is for application, 70,000 is for allotment. So share application and allotment account debit to share capital account with the total amount of rupees 1 lakh 70,000. Clear? On refund of money on rejected applications. If in the problem you have been assigned with a problem of oversubscription, then there may be a case where there is no allotment to the applicants. In that case, definitely the company has to refund the money. Clear? So for refunding the money, the entry is to be share application and allotment account debit to bank account. Clear? On receipt of balance of allotment money, as we just have only passed the entry for the due amount of allotment. So for receiving of allotment money, the entry is to be share application and allotment account, bank account debit to share application and allotment account. Amount is only to be taken for receiving the allotment money. Yes, definitely here it is to share application and allotment, but the amount is only to be taken for the allotment. Clear? We can understand this concept with a practical problem. On 1st April 2015, a limited company was incorporated with an authorized capital of 8 lakh divided into shares of rupees 10 each. It offered to the public for subscription of 60,000 shares payable as follows. Clear? It has issued 60,000 shares. Application 3 per share, allotment 2 per share, first and final call 5 per share. Public applied for 92,000 shares and application money was duly received on April 2015. Application for 2,000 shares were rejected and applicants for 90,000 shares were allotted 60,000 shares. Okay, clear? Give journal entries to record the transaction in the books of the company. If the amount due has been duly received, the company maintains the combined account for application and allotment account. Prepare the balance sheet of the company. Clear? We have to open a joint application and allotment account. So start with the first entry. First entry is to be done for receiving the application money. So simply it is bank account debit to share application and allotment account. Clear? In our previous slide, we have clearly mentioned that for the receiving of application money or for the first entry, we just have to take the amount which is purely or which is actually received by the company. In this practical problem, public applied for 92,000 shares. It means the company has received application money for 92,000 shares. Clear? So, number of applied shares multiplied by application money. 92,000 multiplied by 3. It is rupees 2,76,000. Clear? Now we will transfer this application money to share capital, as well as we will also make the entry for the due amount of allotment. Clear? Which we have already discussed. So the entry will be share application and allotment account debit to share capital. Clear? Don't be confused with the amount. How we will compute the amount? For first entry you have taken 92,000 shares for which the public has applied. For the second entry you will take only those number of shares which the company has actually allotted. Clear? The company has allotted 60,000 shares. In this question, it was clearly mentioned applications for 2,000 shares were rejected. It means out of 92,000, 2,000 were rejected. Remaining 90,000, and applicants for 90,000 shares were allotted 60,000 shares. Clear? It means the number of allotted share is 60,000. So, application money will be 60,000 multiplied by 3, or you can jointly calculate the amount. First add the application and allotment money, as we are passing the application and allotment money jointly. Clear? So application money is 3 per share, allotment money is 2 per share. 3 plus 2 is 5. Number of allotted share is 60,000. 60,000 multiplied by 5, it is rupees 3 lakh. Clear? So share application and allotment account debit to share capital. This entry is to be done for transferring the application money to share capital as well as to due the amount for allotment. Clear? Now we will have to refund the excess application money, which is 2,000 shares. So share application and allotment account debit to bank account. 2,000 multiplied by 3, it is rupees 6,000. Clear? Now we will pass the journal entry for receiving the balance allotment money. Clear? Bank account debit to share application and allotment account. How you will find the balance? Total application money received by the company was rupees 2,76,000. Clear? Out of 2,70,000, the company has refunded 6,000. Clear? So the balance money is 2,70,000. Out of 2,70,000, application money was rupees 1,80,000. Clear? Or you can simply understand this concept. For 90,000 share, the company has allotted 60,000 share. Clear? It means excess number of share is 90,000 minus 60,000, it is 30,000. It means excess money paid by the applicants is for 30,000 shares. 30,000 multiplied by 3, it is rupees 90,000. Clear? As in this question it was clearly mentioned that the excess money is to be adjusted towards allotment. Clear? So allotment is 2 per share. Allotted number of share is 60,000. 60,000 multiplied by 2, it is rupees 1,20,000. Clear? Out of 1,20,000, 90,000 we have already adjusted. Clear? As in this question it is a joint application and allotment account, this is why we have not passed the adjustment money separately, as it is a joint account. If it was not a joint account, then definitely we have to show it separately. Clear? So no need to be very confused, it is very simple. First entry is for the application receiving, second entry is for transferring the application and allotment due, third entry is for refunding the excess application, and fourth entry is for receiving the allotment money. How we have calculated this balance money? It is very simple. Number of allotted shares multiplied by allotment money per share. It is 60,000 multiplied by 2, it is rupees 1,20,000. For 90,000, 60,000 shares have been allotted. It means there is a difference of 30,000. It means shareholders have paid excess money for 30,000 shares. 30,000 multiplied by through 3, it is 90,000. So it is being assumed that this 90,000 is already paid. So now the shareholder need not to pay this amount again. So out of 1,20,000, 90,000 will be deducted and remaining 30,000 is to be received by the company for the allotment. Clear? So bank account debit to share application and allotment account with an amount of rupees 30,000. Now for the first and final call, share first and final call account debit to share capital account 60,000 multiplied by first and final call money, which is 5. 60,000 multiplied by 5, it is rupees 3 lakh. And then for receiving the first and final call, it is bank account debit to share first and final call account with an amount of rupees 3 lakh. Clear? This was all about the joint application and allotment account. Clear? I hope this lecture will help you in understanding the problem with the pro rata allotment as well as oversubscription, and also to solve or record the journal entries for the joint application and allotment account. So remaining other topics like forfeiture of shares, reissue of forfeited shares, we will be discussing in our next lecture. Thank you.